Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about breathwork and psychedelics again, and the combination of the two. Because I had an epiphany the other day, and it's come to my attention that I need to make an entire video about this topic. It was almost too obvious, which is why I have been overlooking it for the last month. This could be the most important combination of tools for controlled spiritual advancement. I had a dream the other night, and I felt a void of black energy over my solar plexus. I became fully conscious of it, and that's when I noticed it was actually producing a painful physical experience. I was so shocked by the negative emanations of the blackness and sharp pains it was causing that I immediately woke and did my diaphramic breathing. After a few minutes, the hole closed and the pain ceased instantly. It seemed to me the experience was reminding me to always assert the importance of this in all that I communicate about the spiritual journey. And as I sit here now, I realize just how powerful the combination of breathwork to control the solar plexus is in combination with psychedelic experiences. It will force the attention and energy of the body to the highest centers naturally, while ensuring the negative forces in the atmosphere cannot disrupt and bring darkness to one's experience. I did this naturally in my heavy peyote journey from sunset to dawn, which I almost forgot about. I did this naturally in my time sitting with my benefactor in Mexico decades ago. It was taught from within at that time. I also remember during my psilocybin experience a few weeks ago, as I lay on my couch, allowing the waves of its onset to wash over me and melt me away, how relaxed I was. But I also relaxed my guard on the solar plexus, and I was definitely noticing a blackness trying to enter. So I took control with the breath work and shut it off, and of course, as my recounting of the journey stated, I had an absolutely phenomenal experience. It has become such an automatic habit for me over the last 30 years that just didn't stand out enough to communicate until my dream the other night. I see that breathwork itself is being taught here and there. I have no idea if this combination is being taught by any psychedelic guides or practitioners elsewhere on the planet, but at this moment, it feels like something that needs to be attempted by others and verified through others' experience. I believe many true seekers are doing this without necessarily understanding what is occurring. On my own path, it was taught to me on the inner without me really being conscious of it at first. The highest and grandest experiences of divinity in my life were directly achieved by a combination of breathwork and laser-like attention control over a period of a few weeks. Now, to combine breathwork and psilocybin, it seems like it would be the most potent combination I can think of for those using this sacrament for maximum benefit. Breathwork alone can take a properly focused individual to amazing heights by honing the attention and completely shutting down any outer discord from entering one's temple. Humanity really has very little understanding just how much seething, destructive vibration is about them and flowing into them on a daily basis. The collective pool of people's negative energy swirls about the atmosphere up to a certain elevation, around 7,000 feet, which is the first natural atmosphere of the planet, which is most likely its purpose and function. I'm not sharing this to stir up fear, but when you realize what you are up against, you will understand the importance of closing your personal gateway to this outer discord. And conscious diaphragmic breathing is the tool for guarding one's solar plexus. This location at the navel on the body is a very dense cluster of nerves and is the natural doorway to all outer energy created globally. It is also known as the ganglionic center. So as you can imagine, anyone wishing for serious spiritual awakening and advancement must practice this discipline. Not doing so means your feeling world is under constant assault by anything about you. This makes it nearly impossible to discern under introspection what you are personally creating versus what is outer world nonsense. Blocking this out is a significant release of pressure upon you. Spiritual advancement requires rigorous introspection to root out erroneous concepts and behaviors. But when your energetic door is wide open, strange ideas that don't belong to you can just walk right in. This is the exact mechanism which causes large portions of mankind to behave with mob-like mentality, totally destructive expressions, as a wave of vibratory fervor sweeps throughout the atmosphere. Especially since the advent of social media has this phenomenon amplified significantly. I think we've all seen this at extreme levels over the last 6 years or so. So for those who wish to practice this, it starts with a slight tensioning of the abdominal muscles. Breathe through your nose. As you breathe in, you should be paying attention to your lungs, expanding, but not upwards, but downwards, putting pressure on the diaphragm. Now hold for a short duration, and then exhale in a controlled fashion. This is the basics of diaphragmic breathing. And doing so will cause you to close your energetic doorway and isolate yourself. Again, it's a combination of breathing and slight tensioning of the abdominal muscles. The slight tensioning of the abdominal muscles is technically the controlling factor over your solar plexus. It is you consciously being on guard, and that in itself is what closes that gateway. The next step is creating a definite, comfortable, repeatable rhythm. And over time, this may take shape in different ways. Now, Dr. Andrew Weil has a good video similar to this called the 4-7-8 breathing exercise. You can Google it or YouTube this if you wish. I'm not sure if he is actually doing diaphragmic breath work or not, since he doesn't mention it. He also practices exhaling through the mouth. So this method may be totally different experience than I'm trying to convey, but his method certainly produces its own result. What I'm trying to convey is a certain method for controlling one's capability of self-isolating one's energy and thoughts so definite spiritual work can be accomplished. And the other difference is that the way I practice it, all breath is through the nose. It may feel strange and difficult at first to practice this diaphragmic breath because most have been living life with a wide open feeling gateway. And they're quite used to that experience. But after a bit of practice and focus, I do believe you will see a difference, and closing that energetic door should get easier. You will feel your life force instantly shift to the highest 4 energy centers. As this becomes a habit of longer duration, your higher self will naturally see you as ready and responsible enough to start releasing even greater instruction and guidance. This practice is literally the cornerstone or foundation of awakening, and I really should have placed this first in the order of everything else I have made videos on. I cannot stress enough how monumentally important breathwork is for so many aspects of life. It literally connects you to all of creation. And during those times, you may be participating in a stronger psilocybin journey, you will experience this connection deeply. My personal experience of trying to do breath work on stronger amounts of psilocybin is that it is challenging during the come-on or initiation phase. Often I find myself not really wanting to breathe at all. But as you begin to plateau, breathing becomes easier. Just remember, every great experience you have on psilocybin, you can experience sober, and must do so someday. It is a temporary teacher and guide that allows us a peek through our own shadowy creations to have a glimpse of our own true reality. And certainly show us how to be a better expression of ourselves. Thank you again for joining me today.